Hello friends, my name is Grandmaster Petr Genov. I am Grandmaster since 2002 and I work like chess coach more than 20 years. Today I'm going to show you a little bit main idea of Nimzo defense, originally by Arun Isaievich Nimzovich. So, let's start. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, knight c3 play white in order that he try to take full advantage in center with e4, like that's his main idea of white. So black generally here have different options, can play d5, can play c5, but Nimzovich idea is to counter with bishop b4, where this bishop from b4 simply make pin to knight on c3 and block white to play e4. Because after e4, for example, black immediately going to take this pawn because knight attack this place. And here after knight take e4, of course black stay better. So we come back here to the position after knight c3, bishop b4, and we're going to see what can play white. Idea of Nimzovich generally it's that this bishop attack knight. This is black square bishop who attack knight, which knight attack white square place e4. So with black square bishop he can attack white square place e4. That is very interesting idea and have many reasons. Also, how he finds opening Nimzovich. Arun Isaievich, when he going to play here after knight f3, here after knight f3, I mean in another opening, that is Queen Indian, b6 for example, knight c3, bishop b7, bishop g5, bishop e7, normal move, e3, castle, bishop d3, d6, castle, knight bd7, queen e2. If you can see, white have small space advantage, also white have very good place for queen e2, and black have problem where to go with this queen d8. That's why Nimzovich found that this bishop on e7 stay passive and don't do nothing here. So he going out of this position, change for knight on c3, then black have place e7 for his queen. This is very important to have place for queen in order that um, black can have connect between two rooks. That is very important. That's why he found slowly this defense Nimzovich. So let's come back to our main idea. Bishop b4, what can play white? For example, white can continue development by knight f3, b6. Again, black wants to make fianchetto on bishop on b7 in order to attack place e4. Bishop g5, what doing white? White doing pin of knight on f6 in order that white main idea now is to provide e4. Because knight cannot take on e4 because you will lose black queen. But black is ready and here he played bishop b7. So bishop from b7 directly attack place e4 and white cannot provide e4. For example, if white plays here e4, if he move e4, he's simply going to lose this pawn, because black going to take with bishop. So with all pieces, black attack place e4. That's his main idea of Nimzovich defense. Of course, after bishop b7, white cannot play e4. He will continue by e3 most probably. So black plays here h6, attack bishop on g5, in order that if white take, for example, only for example, then black can intermedium take on c3 by check tempo, attacking, So white is forced to take bishop. What else? Otherwise, he's going to lose some piece. Then black take on f6 and have very good diagonal for his bishop. Have control over place e4, what is very, very important to stop white to take advantage in center, and generally black stay even maybe slightly better. So after bishop g5 h6, of course, white will not take on f6. White will play bishop h4, come back bishop to h4. So black needs to start new mobilization of knight on b8, but now black is forced to play bishop takes c3 in order that if he continue by d6, for example, white can play not so comfortable check with queen on e4 in order that now this queen attack black king and also this queen attack black bishop. So this is very simple example for double attack and black have problems. Of course, somebody can say, but black can play knight c6. This is true. Black can play knight c6, but position become not so good because after d5, here black have many problems what to do with bishop from b4, with knight from c6. Black going to lose probably piece. That's why here, instead of d6, what is a wrong idea, black first take on c3. By the way, bishop from b4 generally comes to take knight on c3. You don't have some another job, so it's better to do exactly now this, then play d6 and continue with mobilization of other pieces. White continue by bishop d3 in order that here white again continue to fight for e4 place. You see, with each move, black try to control better e4 place. I mean, knight from b8 going to d7 here. From d7, also he wants to continue by his travel to f6 later, and then continue his travel to e4. That's his main idea of Nimzo idea. Two knights plus bishop b7, all of them with all power attack place e4. This is generally idea of Nimzo, which is it is very important to understand, because many people they simply play moves without understand what is generally uh, deep in this opening. So d6 bishop d3 knight bd7, black continue, white what to do, white finish development with castle, black finish development with castle, very normal. Queen e2. So here you can see very easy that black can play directly queen e7, of course, but black can play also e5. So what was idea of Nimzo? White have good place for queen to e2, so white have connect between rooks. White can mobilize rooks, let's say rook a d1, rook f e1 in the center, but also black have very good mobilization by rooks, so situation is about equal. Also somehow white have double pawns here, and they are, let's say, not so strong from this point of view for endgame, but in middle game they control very well center. So this is somehow have pluses, have minuses. It's not that much easy to say double pawns are only minuses. I know that most of players they say double pawns are minuses, but it is not like this. They have many pluses. So black continue here with e5, for example, but can be. Echo option is queen e7, no problem. But let we look now e5 little bit. White plays e4 in order that e5 have direct trace to continue with e4 and then make double attack to knight on f3 and bishop to d3. So black wants to win piece. For example, if white plays some bad move like rook a, let's say rook f1, doesn't matter which one, after e4, oh, oh, black going to win piece. If white takes with bishop, black going to take with bishop. So rook f1 not good move, of course. Here white will play e4 instead of bad move rook f1 to stop black idea to attack center with e4. Immediately coming rook on e8, black try to press place e4. Like, idea of black is to force white to close center. I mean, white to start to afraid from this bishop from b7, which exactly attack pawn e4, and to try to close this diagonal by move d5. But this move exactly give fantastic outpost for knight here on c5. So knight immediately comes to c5, and black stay better because in this type of position, black can retranslate bishop from c8 to other diagonals, but white very hard can fade for this place c5. So every endgame here is better for black. That is very good option for black in this opening. That's why he doing e5. But let's say white is not that much weak player that he can play d5 in this position very fast. So we come back here after e5. Black plays a white play e4, rook e8. White plays here rook f e1 in order that he protect his pawns. Knight f8, knight fd2, protect, knight g6, bishop g3, come back, don't want to change this bishop, because knight from g6 generally attack this bishop. Okay, white can change this bishop for knight on f6, but what is idea in this case of white position? White simply have very bad bishop, stupid bishop, black have very good bishop. So this bishop attacking this pawn e4, this bishop only protect pawn e4. So bishop b7 is active, bishop d3 is passive. Also, black have very good outpost for his knight on f4 in order that can continue attack to white king from here, like this comes here, and after from here can continue to g2. So this attack can be danger for white. That's why here after knight g6, bishop g3 play white. Here can be, for example, continue game like this. Queen e7, h4, white try to push h5 in order to change his weak pawn, but black block this plan with h5 and organize weak pawn for future endgame on a4. Many endgames have black wins with this idea, start to attack this pawn a4 by bishop, by queen d7, by different types. Can be like this idea, and from here to attack. Can be different types. Okay, so after a5, let's say white continue by f3, protect his center. Black continue to attack this outpost f4. Also, black try to attack bishop to g3. So, white plays knight f1. White also have idea here. It's not that much easier. White wants to come with knight to e3, then from e3 jump probably to f5, or can be also d5. So this is future perspective of knight of f1, and we need to be careful about this idea. White have two bishops and the position is close, like both sides have 8 pawns. And at the moment, black knights have small advantage, but only at the moment. In future, it will be not like this. Knight g4 can play black, white can play queen d2, for example. Queen g5, rook a d1. Here about exactly opening finished. Maybe even opening finished before 4-5 moves, but I wanted to show a little bit how can continue a game like black play for outpost f4, black try to attack this place g2, also black use knight to attack g3, so rook from e8 can be retranslated by here later to this place. Also rook from e8 attack place e4, bishop from b7 attack place e4 too, and black have very good opening chances. Also in many positions, black can play f5 in order to open this bishop, and this bishop can continue to press f3 pawn if white takes e takes f5. So here have many interesting ideas, and I think that you can like Nimzo's defense if you start to play and if you understand a little bit what I just explained. Thank you very much. Looking forward for our next lecture. Bye bye.